The basic bicycle has impacted the world in so many ways, for an innovation that has barely been around for 200 years. For the first time, it democratised travel, allowing regular people to travel at respectable speeds without the need for a horse, commute further away to work, and enjoy the benefits of the countryside. It has defied social norms, offering women newfound independence, and it has played a vital role in battle, whether employed by British paratroopers or in Vietnamese supply lines. Despite the prevalence of the automobile, the bicycle is as vital as ever, with more cycles appearing on city streets every year. So today, in this video, we'll have a look at how the bicycle tyre was invented. Twice. But before we begin, if you want more interesting stories like this one, please consider subscribing to the channel. The pneumatic tyre must be credited to two men, John Boyd Dunlop of Ireland, who invented it in 1888, and Robert W. Thomson of England, who patented it 43 years earlier in 1845. These two gentlemen invented the identical item decades apart by complete coincidence. Neither was aware of the other. Thomson, who had been researching the technology while Dunlop was just an infant, was the genuine inventor, but he made the mistake of introducing the pneumatic tyre too early. Thomson, who was more optimistic about the future of the air-inflated tyre than Dunlop, saw his dreams dashed by an inattentive buying public, and his invention was quickly forgotten. Thomson's name is barely known by the general public and often appears as a mere footnote on the pages of history because he was unable to build a market for it in that horse and buggy era. Perhaps even more ironic is the fact that Dunlop, who had less faith in the pneumatic tyre as the best way to absorb road vibration, saw his invention sweep the world. John Dunlop was a Scottish veterinarian who lived in Belfast. When his son complained about riding his bicycle to school across cobblestone streets in 1887, Dunlop's solution was to replace the hard rubber tyres with air-filled pneumatic ones, and the ride became much smoother. This proved to be not only more comfortable but also faster, as his son began to frequently win cycling races. Dunlop persuaded bike champion Willie Hume to use his new pneumatic tyres in a legendary race on the Queen's College playing fields in May 1889. Hume won the race, causing such a high demand for the new tyres that the Dunlop Rubber Company was founded quickly. The invention spread like wildfire, and Dunlop's tyre eventually displaced all other types of tyres in the world. The tyre received a lot of attention. Bicycle producers worked tirelessly to minimise the weight of the newly invented safety bicycle, and the pneumatic tyre became an essential component of its development. Thomson died reasonably wealthy in 1873 as a result of his other ventures and innovations such as the fountain pen, but someone recognised the resemblance and Dunlop's patent was ruled to be invalid 2 years after it was granted. Thomson's patent, however, eventually expired. In 1890, Charles K. Welch patented his detachable tyre, which Dunlop soon purchased. Dunlop resigned from the company that carries his name to this day in 1895. In 1921, John Boyd Dunlop died in Dublin. Most of us currently take for granted the smooth ride afforded by a contemporary pneumatic tyre, so much so that we just refer to it as a tyre. However, tyres were not always made of reinforced rubber with a compressed gas within. While the first wheels were made of solid wood, leather was ultimately applied to the exterior to improve the ride's comfort. This fundamental principle served civilization well for thousands of years until someone decided to replace the leather with iron and subsequently steel. Rubber eventually entered the picture. Early rubber, however, was a sticky glue-like substance in the heat, yet inflexible and bone-hard in the cold. In 1834, Charles Goodyear got preoccupied with refining this baffling chemical, and he experimented with it for the following 5 years. All of his experiments were a disaster, like practically smothering himself with gas produced by his chemicals. That is, until he added sulfur to the mixture and heated it to make the first waterproof rubber. The process, known as vulcanization, produced the hard, pliable rubber we know today. 40 years later, a rubber manufacturer named their new tyre company after him in his honour. I'm not sure what happened between suffocating on chemicals and realising, you know what, this needs more sulphur, but that's not the point of this video. What was the subject of this video again? Oh right, the creation of the pneumatic bicycle tyre. Despite the fact that Dunlop did not work on any car tyres, his popularisation of pneumatic tyres became even more influential when the emerging motorcar craze took hold and became part of everyday life. What has been, will be again, and what has been done, will be done again, as the adage goes. Both of the namesake businesses in this video, Goodyear and Dunlop, are working on airless tyres for use on electric automobiles and possibly even lunar vehicles. So, that was why the bicycle tyre was invented twice. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until then, see you in the next video.